Welcome in, everybody. Mark McLean here, and I just got my brush in, the Plissoft Monster from RazoRock, and I'll be doing a video. In fact, you may have already seen a video on this brush, so I won't be filling you in or telling you anything about this brush that you probably don't already know if you've watched that video. But right now, this is a test lather. That's what I do when my soaps come in, and I probably, like I said, have already aired. By the time you see this video, you will probably already have seen the one on the brush arrival, or the mail call opening up the brush. But that's not the purpose of the video. The video is to show you what I do when I get a new soap in the mail, or a new brush for that matter. This is Kalani. This is an Italian soap, Si fa Manufacture Parissima, and that is Kalani. It's a great smelling soap. It's in a puck, and I currently have it blooming in my Old Spice mug. The scent is very light, and I poured out some of the bloom water. It really doesn't do anything for my sinuses or my smeller. It doesn't. It really doesn't do a thing for me as far as scent goes. But it is, like I said, an Italian soap. And if it has any resemblance whatsoever, any resemblance at all of previous and past used Italian soaps, then you will see a video on this. I say that because, whether you know it or not, if I get a soap and I do the test lather like I'm doing right now, I don't always record them, but if I do the test lather, and while doing the test lather, I notice that I dropped my brush in the sink. No. If I'm doing the test lather and I notice that the scent is not something that I'm going to like, I notice that the scent is really not me, or I notice that it's not lathering perhaps the way I would like it to. It's not a good lathering soap. And I'll be honest, I don't get too many of those. There are a lot of good quality soaps out there, both in cream form, in puck form. You know, there are the hard pour, the cold pour kinds. There's a lot. There is simply a lot of artisans doing a great job on their soaps, and I'm not going to knock those people, because I'm one of them, you know, and that's just not the way to be. So if I get a soap that I don't particularly like as far as the scent goes, or the latherability, then you won't see a video on it. Some guys, they like to do reviews. I'm not a review type person. Sure, I will tell you about a soap, or a blade, or, you know, a razor, whatever the case is or may be, but I'm not going to sit down and simply do a review and have people send me free soaps, and, you know, me contacting them to do that. If they send it on their own, that's a different story. There are a lot of my friends who get soaps like that, but I know they don't personally write to the person and say, hey, send me your soaps please so I can do a review. I mean, there are some out there that do that. You have your thing, I have my agenda. My agenda is to talk about something fun and happy, and to promote the hobby that we call wet shaving. I want this hobby to be handed down to younger generations. That's why I taught my son the art of wet shaving, and we stepped up to a straight razor recently. That's why my grandson Logan, who is 4 years old, is encouraged to watch me. And is encouraged to ask questions about my different razors and why they are called what they are called, etc., etc. Because, as I said, I want to make this a hobby that is handed down. You know, it could very easily be nipped in the bud within one generation. If one generation said, oh, to hell with that soap making and all that bunch of crap, that's a crock, I will never do that again. I've got these Mach 5 blades that cost $45 for 10. I think that's an underestimate. I think it's more like $39 for 3. But anyway, that's my agenda. That's what I am all about. That's what I want, is to be positive and to do videos that I like to do on soaps that I like to use. If I've bought a soap, it's because I like the scent and the latherability. If I don't know much about that soap, that's why I pre-lather and test all my soaps before videoing. And if I don't like it, you won't see a video on it. Plain and simple. Just have some fun. Get through life so much easier that way. With all the stress and complications that we have in today's world, with the media going bonkers and all of the political unrest, not to mention, terrorism and things of that nature. Sure, I post a few things like that on my website, on my Facebook site, and social media. I do have a fairly large account on Instagram with well over 2,500 followers, and I'm not bragging, I'm just telling you. I have a Twitter account, Tumblr, and Flickr, and of course YouTube. My purpose is to generate interest and to perhaps teach someone some of the topics that pop out in the news, just so they'll be a little more aware of what's going on. But I usually don't, and I sometimes do, but I try not to give my opinions on that. All right, here we go. Just testing. Look at that, baby. That is so thick and wonderful. Oh, man, that is so awesome. Look at this right here. Man, I could lather a whole football team with this stuff. I am serious. I think that's what my ex-wife said once. That's a joke. Just kidding. Anyway, comedy is not pretty. That's what the once famous stand-up comedian Steve Martin said. Comedy is not pretty. But this stuff is wonderful lathering. Even though I didn't hardly smell it, it doesn't have an appealing scent. Maybe this is just some old soap. I had a friend give it to me. It's been a while. But look, that's just, I love that lather right there. That's the texture I go for right there. Just thick enough to cover up the color of the skin, and it's ready to shave. So I'm going to say this is an excellent brush too, by the way. I love it. And it is a soap that I will be doing a wet shave on. Kalani Italian soap. Not for my nose, it's not, but the latherability is as close to a 10 as you could get. And I don't give 10s because, in my opinion, there's not a perfect soap or a perfect anything out there. So a 9.5. Wow. I love this lather. Probably one of the best lathering soaps I have had to date, and I am serious. I am not joking at all. Look at that. That is so tremendously thick and luxurious. That's all I can say. Enough said? I think so. And I do like the brush, like I said. You'll be seeing a video on that if you haven't already. But man, I am just astounded. See, I had this soap a while. I think I perhaps even shaved with it back when I first got into wet shaving. But I can't recall. And I wanted to test drive that brush and find out about that soap so I could do an upcoming shave of the day, or if I didn't like it, then I'd pass it on. And I didn't remember anything about it. I didn't even go looking in my well over 300 number of videos that I've done on YouTube so far. So I just thought, what the heck, we'll just go ahead and do a test run on it. Not very time consuming. We're at 11 minutes. I wish this stuff smelled really nice. I mean, it doesn't smell bad, don't get me wrong. Doesn't smell good either. But it is a good quality soap, a good quality shave soap. I will tell you that. As far as latherability is concerned, again, 9.5. Awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Pay it forward like I always say, every chance you get. Peace.
Shut up.